Sojourner Truth was born around 1797 in Swarthkill, New York, as Isabella Baumfree. She was born into slavery and spoke only Dutch as a child. She was separated from her family and sold several times to cruel enslavers. Life was very hard, but Isabella never gave up hope. As a young woman, she was forced to work, beaten, and treated unfairly. But she believed deeply in God and always prayed for freedom, not just for herself, but for all people in chains. While enslaved, Isabella married a man named Thomas, who was also enslaved. Together, they had 5 children. Tragically, like many enslaved mothers, her children could be sold away from her at any time. Also, Thomas was enslaved by a different master. Under the system of slavery, marriages between enslaved people were not legally recognized, so enslaved couples had no legal rights to stay together. Sadly, Thomas was forced into a relationship with another enslaved woman by his owner, which deeply hurt Isabella. Because of these painful circumstances, Isabella left on her own with her baby. As for Thomas, he died a few years after Isabella escaped. Exact records of his death are uncertain, but it's believed he passed away sometime in the late 1820s. In 1826, Isabella escaped from slavery with baby Sophie. She left behind other children who were still legally enslaved, but promised herself she would never stop fighting for their freedom. Isabella escaped when she was about 29 years old. She didn't run away in the middle of the night or sneak off like some people had to. Her escape was a little different and very brave. Here's what happened. Isabella's enslaver, John Dumont, had promised he would set her free a year early for being such a hard worker. But when the time came, he broke his promise and said she would have to keep working longer. Feeling betrayed and determined to be free, Isabella decided she couldn't wait any longer. She walked away, calmly and during the day, taking her baby daughter, Sophie, with her. She didn't go very far at first. She found a safe place with a nearby Quaker family, the Van Wageners, who hated slavery. The Van Wageners paid her former owner $20 to buy Isabella's freedom legally, but in reality, they gave her true freedom. They also helped her start a new life by providing her with work and a place to stay. Later, Isabella went back to rescue her son, Peter, through a historic court case, one of the first cases where a black woman successfully sued a white man in America. Isabella Baumfree changed her name to Sojourner Truth in 1843 when she believed God was calling her to travel and speak out against slavery and injustice. She was born around 1797, so that means she was about 46 years old when she took the name Sojourner Truth, which means traveler for truth, and set off to become a preacher and activist. She said that, "The Spirit calls me, and I must go." And from then on, she became a traveling preacher and powerful speaker for truth and freedom. Sojourner Truth became famous for her speeches about slavery, women's rights, and justice. She couldn't read or write, but her words were so powerful that people remembered them. Her most famous speech, "Ain't I a Woman?" asked why black women were not treated with the same respect as white women. She worked with leaders like Frederick Douglass, met President Abraham Lincoln, and helped recruit black soldiers during the Civil War. Sojourner Truth never stopped speaking up for what was right. She traveled across the country, helping people and spreading hope. She died in 1883 in Battle Creek, Michigan, but her words still echo today. She is remembered as a freedom fighter, a women's rights champion, and a powerful voice for justice, someone who rose from slavery to change the world. If you enjoyed this story, please share it with a friend. And be sure to like and subscribe for more stories. Be blessed, be excellence, and take care of yourselves.